Let's roll. Thunk. Stay close to me, refract. Oh, crikey. Refractor, camera mode is necessary now. I need you to take a look at this. Now, what we got here is one of the last combiners. Well, the last Cybertronian, one of the last few combiners of our world. He goes by the name Volcanicus, and from what I can tell, he's all the Dinobots. So he's probably one of the most vicious ones. I'm gonna go for it. Remember me, Reflector? Alright, Reflector. I'm gonna do this. Remember me? Ow. So wait, he's Australian and he's Japanese? Who is this guy? I'll tell you who. Meet Spinister, one of Hasbro's new-ish characters for the War for Cybertron Siege trilogy. Originally a G1 character, but very obscure. I'm pretty sure he was only in the toys. But in the 2019 Netflix show, Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, we got this character back along with his other obscure partner, Skytread. Now, I would put a picture up or put the figure next to him if I had one. But anyway, this is Spinister. Okay, first we're gonna talk about the articulation because that's what we're gonna do here. It's my video. I gotta choose what I want to do. So, I think this is a ball joint, but it could be a swivel at the head. Arm spins around. Good 360. That's good. Arm could also bend out that far. With a, I don't know what to call this, but I think it's a bend. And it could also do this. This will play more into the transformation. Stay tuned. And while we're at his arm, you got a waist. I mean, not a waist. You got a hand swivel. I'm just gonna remove that because there you go. And now, if we go down further, we'll see that he has a waist swivel. It also plays more into the transformation, but we'll get there. While we're at his waist, he can go back that far. He can go forward that far, which can lead to quite a good spread. Man, these Decepticons know how to do their acrobatics. We got a leg swivel. Up and down. I wouldn't say up and down, but whatever this motion is, it has it on the knee. And his foot can kind of do a pivot, but it's kind of more for the transformation. So that is the articulation part. And I guess you can call this articulation, or this, or whatever. Now to the paint on the thing. The paint here I actually really like. I love this color scheme. It's all blue and purple. It's what I usually think of when I think Decepticon colors. But yeah, it's really nice. And it does seem like it's a very good homage to the original toy. But obviously better, because this is a 2019 product and not an 80... It's not an 80s toy. Because if you look at the old 80s toys, they were lackluster. Speaking of lackluster, that is not what this back is. It is actually quite an incredible attention to detail. We don't get much of Spinister's back in this show, but from what I can tell, it's very accurate. This thing does do mine does that. But that's that's only because I've been playing with this guy a lot, because I just love to play with him. When I first got him, his thing was like very steady. So if you want to get that, but you're worried about that, if you don't play with it and you just want to display it, then this is very good. Yeah. I also just love his face. I don't know if the camera's quite gonna get that, but if it does, you can see that he has amazing yellow eyes, and I just love his faceplate. It's just very turquoise, aqua, around that. And I love that his head, and if you can take a look at that Decepticon insignia, which I love the placement on, and take a look at his head crown thingy, you see it's very similar to the top of, it's very similar to this Decepticon logo. And another very cool detail I like is kind of his belly area. Look at that detail. I just want to press this button, even though I can't. And look at that. It feels all very nice. It's not flimsy. It can hold together quite well. Very solid. And just posing with this guy is great. Now, onto accessories. Here we have a Gatling gun, and here we have something more along the lines of an ion cannon. Now, ooh, mess that up. Whoopsie. Okay, yeah, there we go. Nope. Dang it. Alright, besides that little tumble, yeah. Anyway, okay, back to stand. Alright. Now back to his accessories. The Gatling gun. This is one of my favorite accessories here. It's just, I love the little details. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but you can kind of see that where the little bullet holes are. It's very detailed. The ion blaster, though, is kind of a lesser of this, but that doesn't make it necessarily bad. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there are two ways to use these weapons. You use it like that, like it's attached to him. Like he, just like pulls it out whenever he needs it. Like it comes out of him, like a tradition. Such as the Michael Bay Prime movies. Well, not movies. Well, the Prime, no movie. Well, they did have that one more movie. And the second way is this. The more, it's a gun one. Like stick 'em up. And, it can be knocked out of his hand. Personally, I am more of a fan of this one. It's just better to me. Now that we got that out of the way, let's do some size comparisons. Siege Refractor. Power of the Prime Swoop. Power of the Prime Sludge. Power of the Prime Slug. Last but not least, Power of the Prime's Grimlock, which, by the way, does something very unique. I'm going to review that maybe soon. And speaking of Siege Refractor, or Reflector, it's Refractor due to legal reasons, here he is, as I have already stated, next to Refractor, or Reflector, as I've already said, And, as most figures coming from the same line, they look absolutely incredible next to each other. Like, for example here, Spinister is leading Refractor into charge at the Autobots. You could do many unique stuff, but I'll get more into it when I get into the Refractor review. Let me know if you guys want to review this one. Dinobots will come first, though. Alright, now that we are on that, let's get to transformation. Remove these. Cover these arms, and do that. There we go. Same thing on the other side. Open his little back. Now what you're going to want to do is untab his back rotary blade and pull it out. I love that. The chest becomes a part of the helicopter. And you'll see this nice, tasty Decepticon logo. Open up the blades. And for right now, we're going to leave these here. Now, down to the legs. What you're going to want to do is find the one with the landing gear. So, which in case is this one. You bend that down there. Open this panel up. And you see the foot has a little tab in that goes in here. So we're just going to want to tab that in. Move it up here. And, oops, I forgot. You gotta tab this in. Maybe I didn't forget. Maybe, yeah, you're just gonna, yes, you gotta pull that down and then tap that in. So, back to the foot. You're just gonna wanna do that. Close that up. Now, here's the tricky part. And I actually had to go look at a few videos for this. Some of which were helpful, some of which were not. But hey, it's kinda hard to get this one. By the way, you gotta do the same thing for this foot. I think, if I can find a tab. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, no, you see, it's opposite. So this one goes into here. No, do this. So what I gotta do is untab this thing. And you're gonna wanna, and as you collapse it into that space, you just very slowly collapse that into the leg. It's much easier off camera. There we go. So you want to close it in with as it's going along with the leg. What you're going to want to do with the feet is put it in there and there. And do that. And do that. And the fast parts, you put that in there, and you put that in there. Personal preference where you want to put it, really. And then we do that, and there we go. We got chopper mode. Before we do anything else, let's do size comparisons for this chopper mode. Earthrise Smokescreen, Earthrise Grapple, and Siege Refractor. So helicopter posability on this helicopter is what you would expect. We got a little wee over here, and a little wee. Yeah, that's it. But the sculpting on this is actually pretty great. I wish we got to see this in Siege, where during that. If you in his first scene where he was just chasing down the Autobots in this form. That'd have been an amazing scene, and but I'm happy with the final product. And for a little extra detail, landing gear. Now it doesn't come with back landing gear because this does with it. I'm not really sure why they did this. It's not a huge problem for me because it's mostly a Cybertronian mode, and well, because none of us have ever been to Cybertron. If you have, please let me know. And it's not exactly an Earth vehicle, but it's pretty unique. Now, what this handsome dying defier do that is pretty good is the painting and his little things. I love that how his little chest bit. Oh, look at that little other chest bit that we had. Where'd it go? I think it's back there. But anyway, yeah, it's the robot mode folded up, but it's not a big deal. And this has got to be one of the best undersides to a robot mode I have ever seen. Besides Earthrise Grapple. Maybe I'll get to him. But, yeah. If you have a stand, which I do from Studio Series Soundwave, baby, from that Shatterglass trailer, you should probably watch it. It's pretty good. And you could definitely stand him on. But, that is the... Yeah, that's War for Cybertron. Alright. And, it wouldn't be a classic toy review if I had done most of this in one shot. Dude, look at that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do more stuff. Please subscribe. Only a few of you that watch this content are not subscribed. But it's entirely your choice. And, I hope I will see you in a new video. By the way, it's taken me like at least 2 weeks to make this video. And that's not because of anything that's happened in my life. It's just that I've been unmotivated to make this one. But I'm so glad I did. It's just so short when I think about it. Anyway, I'm gonna play with these guys. Remember, everyone, if it's an inconvenience, that's just Prime. Stay tuned for the next one, where I will make a Hearts of Iron video. But you'll never tell when.